You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Vale. Supongo que es por aquí.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Vale. En el mundo de que hablas, has filtrado tu vaso. No puedo hacerle otro.
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Seguro que no puedes hacerlo tú. A ver. Si lo hago recibir algún tipo de
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Pero es un poco... Sí, no. Es un poco...
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Pero yo no quiero matar a nadie. Pero dime cuál es el puto premio.
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Vale, y si quiero que se acabe el mundo, ¿qué pasa?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right? Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Pues me voy a pirar.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going? There won't be a new
Tampoco
dawn if the
que
world
dale
ends.
entonces, que
Fine.
no me
I
importa.
suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Coño, una nueva voz.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path
Con Dios.
also leads to the cabin.
Pero yo
How
no quiero
convenient.
nada con ella.
Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved. You're really keen on
Pues me
wasting
daría
everyone's
vueltas
time, aren't you?
Espera.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Pero...
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin
Oh,
again.
puta.
Now, I'm not normally one for superstition.
Oh, salir.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever... And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Por
At
fin.
first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those
Cojones,
flickers
cuántas caballos.
weren't just a trick
Una,
of
dos, tres, cuatro,
light.
cinco, seis
In
caballos.
every direction,
Bro,
there
bro,
is a
bro, bro,
path
bro, bro,
and a
bro,
cabin.
bro.
And not just a cabin. Wait,
Chill.
what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility
Que
because
no
you
quiere.
care more about irritating me than you do
No,
about
pero
the fate of the
que
world.
me hago que me va a dar la
You've
vuelta,
doomed us
¿no?
all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest and you lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone
Vale, pero
dies.
yo no maté a nadie, así que da igual esta voz.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Es que no quiere, no quiere, no quiere. No, no. Estoy teniendo un déjà vu. Ya había pasado ya. Vale, no. Se ha asociado. Si yo había muerto. Al final no había muros. Y claro que si ya lo pillo con la cabaña. Pues se va a preguntar en plan, le va a hablar.
A terrible sense of déjà vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he
Creo
doesn't
que
remember
no,
what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Sí,
The entire
igual es,
world ending
igual
wasn't
es
enough to get rid
mejor.
of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
No, no sé tampoco. Este es un muy
The
agresivo.
world really did
Voy a
end
tener
last
que dar
time,
la
didn't
vuelta,
it?
ya verás.
We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
Va a hacer así. Y darme la puta vuelta. Me aviso.
The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
No me deja darme una vuelta, así que voy a investigar.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Cabrón, ¿quién coño va a ir a ver a la puta princesa? Si solo quieres que la mate,
You know
cabrón.
I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
Vale, venga, voy a ver a la puta princesa,
A
pero
warning
dejas a la
before
puta
you go
guay.
any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from... If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should
Hombre,
believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
no. Tú sigue en cordias, hijo puta. Joder,
Let's keep an open mind.
esto es casi... Vamos a la cabaña, chavales.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors
Es súper raro, ¿no?
projected across what's
Pero
all...
bueno.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade
Vale.
is your implement. You'll need it if you want
No
to do this right.
es así que no voy a coger nada.
If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
El tío este sabe.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no
Yo
idea
no voy a
what we're
coger, no voy a
dealing with.
coger la... Y todavía, mira eso.
I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a
Pero a la
princess.
princesa no la
How
tenemos en
many
la
times do I
cabaña.
have to explain this incredibly simple and
Vale.
straightforward premise? You can't just say that, and when everything here is so wrong.
Yo personalmente no pienso coger el
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action save the
Dijo
entire
el
world.
nombre, dijo el princesa. Steven.
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself
No,
before you even get to her.
no.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
Ahora mismo que pueda me voy a dar la vuelta y voy a pirarme de aquí.
Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
Pero venga,
What
vale,
you're seeing
vale.
here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
Vale, perdón,
Okay.
perdón.
Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's
Es
a
un
mirror.
espejo y se ve claramente.
Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin.
No es un
I
espejo
hope you know how ridiculous you look.
y esta mano. Es lo que es.
But there was a mirror a second ago.
Sí, había un espejo. No está muy loco. Es el que está loco.
And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Exacto. Entramos, pero no había
The
cuchillo.
door to the basement creaks open,
Hostia
revealing
puta,
a
chaval.
web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, And the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality
¿Cómo
that comes
coño
from the
quiere que
blending
lleguemos
together of
aquí
every
abajo?
scent there is
Si ni
at
siquiera
once.
se puede llegar abajo.
Odor that is simultaneous. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
No,
Her voice,
no voy a
a
ver.
disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
Ahora ya.
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
Este tío se da cuenta de las cosas.
And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
Cállate, coño.
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Él ya sabe. ¿Por qué escalera voy? Pito, pito, gorgorito, ¿dónde vas tú tan bonito? Ana es verdadera, el con fuera. Tú te quedas con palitos de canela. Ole.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is
Hasta que
taking
te
you
dé
up
puta
or
madre esto
down,
hecho,
but at the very
realmente.
least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray into any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else.
No, sigue para adelante, ¿no ves que es para adelante?
And so you take one careful,
Sigue para adelante,
focused
sigue para
step
adelante.
after another. One foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern,
Oh.
in following what looks to be the true path.
Camina
One
para
cuts
adelante,
straight
hijo de
down,
puta.
or up, or maybe sideways.
Solo camina para adelante.
Direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
Seguimos caminando.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
Vale, me estoy volviendo medio loco.
Time disappears, and you can feel
Okay.
yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Yo nunca entré a la cabaña esta.
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
Morir.
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs.
Esos ojos.
Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Así me gusta ese tío, le sabe.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget what you hear.
Vale, acabar los trabajos. No tiene mucha pinta, ¿no? Vale, Dios.
And why are we
¿Por
here
qué
again?
voy a matar?
In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
Di que sí, va, espérate, ahora me mato, puedes.
You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Me pregunto que sabe qué cojones pasó.
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you?
No sé, tío, igual lo sabes.
We're probably stuck
Hostia,
down here
hay más.
forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. Where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
A ver, la verdad que es un poco paranoico, en plan de... Ahora hay dos, tal, ¿sabes? Me gustaría tenerlas por ser en plan juntas. Una aquí y solo una. Vale. Es plan de imaginación nuestra, ¿vale? Yo hago así. Me ahora... Son dos diferentes. Mira los brazos de esta. Y mira los brazos de esta. Y mira, esta tiene los barrotes y esta no tiene barrotes.
You said you'd been here before, right? What
No,
exactly happened?
técnicamente nunca llegué aquí, pero bueno.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters.
Técnicamente no llegué aquí. Técnicamente me di la vuelta y me piré antes de que dijeras, oye, putero, mátala. Y
Seems to me
dije,
like you saw
no.
something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's
Son
done is done,
diferentes,
isn't
qué
it?
guay.
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Me parece correcto, tío. Vamos a ver si conseguimos que se lo explique. ¿Qué le digo? Le voy a decir que ahora es como que hay más.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
Y ya está.
I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger.
Ahora es diferente.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
Y hay otra más. Mola, mola, mola. Esta es un pelín diferente a esta por las manos.
She fractures again.
Joder.
I don't like where this is going. Neither do I.
Pues a mí me
Which is
gusta,
why
la
you
verdad.
need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already
¿Cómo lo
are.
mato? ¿Con qué cuchillo le mato? Adivina.
How would we even do that? Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade.
No,
Can we even
no
leave this
voy a
place?
ir, no voy a ir a por la
Well,
hoja.
like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll
Que
have
no
to
quiero
go
la
and
puta
get
hoja,
it.
que eres muy pesado, tío.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back.
Que no quiero ir a por la puta hoja.
Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so
Eres
please, for the
pila
love
pesado.
of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things...
Mira por la hoja, tío.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. Take a step forward. Your
Hay
feet land
5 ahora,
feet land as
chaval.
different. You
Mira,
experience a firm footfall, a gentle
qué
tread, a
épico.
confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands.
Tío,
Once you
pero,
use it to
pero
strike
si yo no
out
tengo la
blindings as
hoja.
you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to perish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable
Pero yo no
mess.
tengo la hoja, tío. Los mogollón de opciones, mira. Aquí peleamos. Aquí me voy. Aquí le ayuda a cortarse la atadura. Aquí creo que me va a matar.
But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now.
Y la verdad que es un poco tétrico. Podría decir algo gracioso, la verdad.
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
Es cierto. Pero en mi defensa diré que eres...
Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The
Mira.
world
Qué
and the
épico.
princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart.
¿Cuántas? Tiene como 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 caras.
I think he's gone.
Creo que no, ¿eh?
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
No tiene pinta, la verdad.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit.
No lo sé, ni siquiera sé dónde saca el cuchillo.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
No, mentira. En plan, fue sin querer, ¿vale? Lo juro.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Fix
Sí, me
us?
gustaría sacar, pero es que el navegador no me deja.
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere.
Capullo.
I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Puede ser.
Please.
Y yo ya ahora. Joder, lo puedo poner antes.
She's gone. Where
Hostia,
is
pues vamos a esto, tío.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Cuidado el espejo.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that.
Quiero mirar el espejo. Soy yo. ¿Qué coño soy? A ver, el no sé, la verdad. ¿Puedo ir a la cabaña? Mira la chica de las princesas.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Hola. Sí, fue sin querer, ¿sabes? Ese es el fin del mundo, un receptáculo como regalo. Eres la princesa.
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Es un bucle un poco raro, un poco simbiosis. Vale. Yo creo que esta es la opción.
You speak in circles. Does
Sí
it
que
matter where
importa.
one thing
Si tú no eres la
begins and
princesa, sí
another
importa, porque ya
ends?
tiene su puta vida. Eh, ¿Y ahora qué?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Vale.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her
Estoy
to be
segura que
able
puedo mirar a
to.
todas. Tranquilo.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our
Vale.
freedom. I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Vale, perdón, perdón.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape.
Oh, ya, pero técnicamente morimos tú y yo en el proceso. Eso.
She asks that I tell you to
Quiero
remember
volver a,
her.
quiero volver a jugar a la
You
princesa.
won't.
Cabrona.
You're on a path in the woods,
Otra vez.
and at the end, you're here to slay.
Venga, vamos a ir a la cabaña. Estamos en la cabaña.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Tampoco pasa nada si no vas, ¿sabes?
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power
Como
to
tú,
stop you
pero
from
para
slaying
sobrevivir.
her.
Me cae mejor que
We're
tú.
not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Creo que sabe mejor que tú de lo que hablo. Vamos a jugar con cuchillo o sin cuchillo.
The interior
Pero
of the
haría
cabin
sin
is almost
cuchillo,
entirely
pero bueno.
bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this.
Que
You
me voy a
take
jugar con cuchillo, que luego yo era como siempre. No quiero aguantar nada. Eh, mola porque el ratón es la forma de la mano.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faint.
Vamos a poner
Her voice.
igual.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you.
Yo quiero entrar y ya está. Lo voy a avisar.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Para entrar,
Great
sí.
job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. That she's so coldly beautiful.
A ver, la verdad que la
Is she
tía
really a
es
threat?
guapa.
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Por suerte para ti, sí, porque puedo hacer todo lo contrario.
about you
Pero
drop
no lo he
the
decidido.
knife and the two of us just talk?
Me parece que...
Look
Pero
how
creo que...
reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine.
Es
We
lo
can decide
peor
what we want to do after
que
we
puede
talk to her.
pasar.
Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very... The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
De nada.
We'll be fine.
Parece que vamos aquí, no pasa
I
nada.
don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
Que no la voy a usar,
Just make
hombre,
sure
pero
you
que
don't...
no la voy a
So
usar.
here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Relación, ¿qué coño?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition,
Oye,
we have a
vale, perdón. Perdón, no me denuncia, perdón. No le pongo una denuncia, A ver, ¿cómo podría sacarte de aquí?
You can't. Don't bother.
Seguro que puedo, tranquilo.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't,
No la hay.
well, we can always put that knife to good
Pues
use.
mira, dame un poco de mal rollo,
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
A ver, cielo. ¿No cree usted que yo voy a llegar aquí y voy a decirte, toma la daga? Pues sí.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know.
Y ya sé por qué estás aquí, ya lo sé. Vale.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
A ver, trámpala un poco.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
A ver.
One way or
Vete.
another, I'm going to find a way out of here.
Eh,
You can make it easier for both of us if you help.
Amenaces a mí no, Amenaces a mí no. Es que me calmas un pelín y ya está.
And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret
Pero
that
me estás
decision.
amenazando. Vaya tetas, por cierto.
You have to make a choice.
No
So,
amenaces.
for all our sakes, it's the
Oh.
right one.
¿La puedo encerrar? ¿Qué hago? ¿Le voy a dar muerte o le voy a ayudar a salir?
Oh, for the love of...
Me tengo que tocar mierdas.
Good. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Y a ver si la chupas algo. Por lo menos.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you.
If you
A
don't
ver.
have the key, maybe you should go look.
Doubtful.
No
Whoever
puedo
locked the
subir
princess
arriba.
away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
¿En serio?
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance.
Bueno, pues vale, pues te quitamos el brazo, tío.
If you
Si,
were stuck down here for
si
long
tú
enough, I'm sure
lo...
you'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be
Si lo
free.
quieres, tío, nos quedamos sin brazo. Don't worry.
You attempt to make your way out of the
A
basement,
ver,
but the door at the top is someone else here.
vaya hombre rojo. Nos vamos por abajo.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This
Ah,
would have been
dan un
so
narrador,
much
tío.
easier if you'd
Chúpala,
simply
te lo
slain
juro.
her like you were supposed to.
Chúpala, chúpala.
Easier for whom?
Narrador la chupa.
Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam.
Sí,
They
estoy
locked you
enterrado
down
aquí
here
como
too,
mi leche
didn't
divina.
they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Es un poco raro, ¿no?
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Es mi responsabilidad y son mis decisiones, no las tuyas. Así que me la juego. Realmente, ¿no?
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the
Mira,
princess's arm,
mira qué
just
ojitos,
above
tío.
the massive,
Mira qué
unyielding
ojitos.
chain.
Mira qué ojitos tiene. Y vaya tetas.
You cut into her flesh.
Así. Tiki tiki. Poco a poco, muy poco a poco.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron
Bueno,
gauntlet. She
princesa
doesn't
liberada.
utter a sound.
Esos ojos de loca.
Free from her
Vale.
bindings, the princess turns
Ya
to
está
face you,
libre.
her
Ahora, ¿qué es
fierce
lo que
gaze
qué va a
meeting your
pasar?
eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even
A ver,
bothered
yo
by
aquí
it.
enterrada probablemente mucho tiempo. No tendrá sentido lo pongo.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Vale.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. As the
Yo no quiero
princess
matar a
approaches
Beck.
the bottom stair, your body step. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Seguro que podemos. A ver. ¿Le puedo avisar?
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Bueno.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect.
Vale, a ver, perdón.
Stop it. Stop
Te
resisting
juro
me.
que,
I am
te juro que fue
trying
sin
to get
querer,
you
te lo
out of here.
prometo. Te lo juro, te lo juro. ¿Dónde está? Aquí.
The
Aquí está.
blade. Move the blade.
No me hago en la hoja, pobrecita. Mira esa cara.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Gracias.
I'll make this quick.
¿Me vas a dar un besito?
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
¿Me vas a dar un besito?
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
¿No me vas a dar un besito?
And then she slits your
No
throat
me dio un
with
besito.
almost clinical ease.
Ok.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing
Yo creo que
from
di
your
un besito,
butchered
tío.
neck.
Tampoco pedí mucho más.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is.
A ver, capítulo 2. La prisionera.
You're on a path. You're
Otra
here.
vez, qué pesadilla, tío. Vámonos. Vámonos.
Oh, she will.
Sí, y además puedo dejar aquí, venga, que me lo pela, que ya me sé todo el diálogo. Lo de siempre, además. Es que es siempre igual.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon.
Que no
A
quiero,
few
qué
pathetic
pesado
wisps
eres.
of the only furniture of note is an iron table bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its
Que
edge.
no quiero, qué pesado. A
The
ver,
blade is your implement.
voy a coger la hoja.
You take the blade from the... Good idea.
Me voy a bajar para abajo. Voy a pasar de la voz nueva.
The
Joder,
door
este
to the
tipo de
basement
cierto.
creaks open, revealing an old...
A ver qué encuentro de abajo,
Is
venga.
that a visitor I hear? Please, come down.
I wonder what visitors
Bueno,
she
pues,
could be referring to. Were we not the first? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes
qué
with the
polvazo.
princess.
Hola, tiene
She
muchas
looks up at
caritas de
you, the
repente.
heavy collar around her neck
Mira.
clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus.
Así como me gusta
Suggests her
estar a
hands
mí en
are
la
on
cama. Encerrado.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraint?
Pero bueno, es que no
Notice
la
the empty chain on the wall.
Pero que no la
Odd
quiero
that in a
matar, por
place where
favor.
everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat?
Me parece correcto, vamos a dialogar. Vámonos a dialogar.
You step towards the princess,
Ey,
but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
bueno, vale, perdón.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Resuelve, la chavala resuelve, te lo juro, Me cae nada como una... Como me molaría que me tuviera a mí una mamá soltera de 30 años. Vale. Pero la tía resuelve. Está bien la cosa.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Vale, sentarte donde te ha dicho. Me
You do
parece
as she
correcto.
asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
La verdad no tengo ni idea. ¿Qué pasó después de que yo muriera la última vez? Porque la verdad que tampoco es que me pueda tirar.
Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the
Venga,
game.
dialoguemos.
Sure, I'll fill you in.
Hay que dialogar.
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them.
Vaya, una pena muy gorda. Solo eso es
And now
realidad.
you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
A ver, solo quiero liberarla, tío. A ver qué pasa si la libero.
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
Buen punto, tío. Buen punto, Bucelere. Muy buen punto, tío. Hablo solo. Por culpa de juegos como este, luego hablo solo.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
Es posible.
So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's complicated things. How exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now,
Vuelo del
where
mundo
you're
me da
getting a second
pena
shot at
cosas.
things, is a contingency
Yo quiero la princesa.
for you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this
Porque
is
es un puto mierda, tío. El todo esto es un puto mierda, tío.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important.
Adiós, coño.
Maybe I wanted to be the first. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it.
Cierto.
Exactly.
Por favor, la cara que salga, por favor.
Your success. I won't. Just give it a rest. This isn't.
Focus. This is a serious situation.
Gracias.
You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Aquí no le cae nada en la cabeza.
But you could always try it on.
Bof, igual le pone cachondo como tirar el cuello.
Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please.
No, hombre, deja de poner la cadena. ¿Me puedo poner la cadena? ¿Puedo mover la cadena? Ojalá que sí.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
¿Puedo?
And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to
Sí,
look at
señor.
it.
Sí, señor,
That's
no,
all
no,
the
no,
reason we need to investigate. What
Es
if he's
cierto.
telling the truth?
Que no, voy a
He
probarlo.
isn't. I am.
Mentiroso. A probarlo igualmente.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux
Mira,
disinterest as you
muchos
inspect it,
zapatos.
though
Tiene
she
la
can't
cámara.
fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean?
Pues no lo
It
digas.
sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Pero,
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp as
lo
if bound by
sabía.
some odd
Me iba a
magnetism.
dar. Tómalo.
Even so much as blanket
Vamos.
practically leaps
Por
from your hands,
fin.
snapping around you. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough,
Oh, venga,
the
abre.
same magnetism repels your blade. Excuse me?
Oh, no, que no he visto.
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Tiene pinta que sí.
Yes.
Dile hola, tío.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
La que yo estoy chill de cojones. No sé, pero podemos empezar a jugar a ese rayo. Parte mía. Bueno, yo X aquí. Y dices, tu círculo aquí. Yo X aquí. Tú dices círculo aquí, ¿no? Yo X aquí.
What are we supposed to do now?
A ver,
Can't even cut ourselves out.
podemos estar
Guess
chill
we
de cojones, creo.
starve. That's horrible.
Qué chill.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of
A ver,
information.
¿qué
Not
aprendimos?
to touch
Ven?
things we're specifically told not to touch. No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Pues a ver, ahora que... ¿podemos hablar o qué? ¿Querías que pasar?
Wow.
Vaya, perdón. ¿Qué deberíamos hacer?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen.
Me
Maybe not.
parece correcto. Me puedo sentar bien, por fin. Es que me duelen las rodillas, no puedo ser como tú.
Yep.
Joder, tío, haga un poco de bola, macho. Puedes hablar, ¿eh?
Nope.
That's rude.
Es una puta borde.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
Le sabe.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there isn't. Time
Qué
passes,
puto borde eres, ¿no?
passes and
A ti.
passes. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your
No,
blade to do
no
much
voy a
with
matar a la
it.
princesa.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
¿Por qué yo no muero?
How exactly does that work? It just does.
Lo he hecho un puto mierda.
But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time
Joder,
passes
puta.
again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work. I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The
Hay que probar
differences
las
are
cosas.
small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they...
I don't like small talk, remember?
Pero
Still
es
rude.
un poco importante, la verdad, ¿eh? Seguimos esperando cosas. Chill, chill,
You continue to wait in
chill.
silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
Chill de cojones.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happens to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to
Tiene un buen
erode.
punto, tiene un buen
She
punto, pero
hasn't
somos
starved.
inmortales.
I guess she hasn't. Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous
¿Y la
walls
daga?
of the basement, until suddenly there are no walls.
Desapareció la daga.
And I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
No. No, se la lleva. No. Oye,
She's gone.
otra vez.
Is that a... You're right. Part of... Okay. Feels too good to be...
A ver, y yo ya estuve aquí, ¿sabes? Tampoco pasa nada. A ver. He crecido un poquito. Bueno, vamos a la cabaña. Nuestra amiga era del frío.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was
Gracias.
before.
Me lo curra
Whenever you
bastante,
are
la verdad.
ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Ay. Ay.
Is a child the same as an infant? I am
Vale, deja de dar vueltas, tío. Vamos a dar otra vuelta por ahí, ¿viste?
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your
Joder.
sight. We
Ya si no puedo pegar con... Oye,
There's nowhere for you to be.
¿y qué hago? No me puedo matar, no te puedo matar a ti. No puedo hacer nada. O de mierda. ¿Qué vas a pensar,
I
tío?
will long for your return, but we will meet again.
Ojalá que no nos volvamos a ver.
You're
Bueno,
not
habrá que
from
matarla, digo yo, ¿no?
woods. You're here
A ver.
to slay...
Bueno, venga. Vámonos.
We're not...
Vámonos para adelante, vámonos para adelante.
The interior of the caterpillar...
Ok, quiero la putísima daga. Sí, bro, quiero matarla, a ver qué pasa. Eso es lo que toca ahora, ¿no? Toca matar a la princesa. Pues tocará matar a la princesa, no pasa nada.
door to the base. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Ay. Pues nada, venga, vamos allá. Ir bajando las escaleras,
You should
tal.
focus on the.
And
Hola.
there you are. Are you ready to
Pues
kill
de
me or
hecho,
something?
de hecho sí. Venga, bueno.
You step forward. You're
Oh, no talking then. I'm probably chained up in this basement for
A
a
ver,
reason. So,
lo siento, tengo que
you should
intentarlo.
just.
She's
Da igual,
unarmed.
voy a probar. Voy a probar. Voy a probar y eso.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. Do you
No.
actually believe this was enough to kill?
It's like she's convinced
Vale.
she can't die. Yes. Even as she lay. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing. But is it over? Really?
Diría que está
It's
muerta.
over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there. We should make sure. What's the harm in? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. Yes, exactly.
Pues si nos vamos.
With your work done, you make your way back up the. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
Porque le vamos a matar a sangre
You
fría,
did
pero da
kill
igual.
someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little. But that day isn't today.
Salimos.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you've. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. What's done is done. This is what's best for
No.
everyone. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or. Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna.
Eso capullo.
I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's
Me
only
parece
one thing I would
correcto.
want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. Do you hear that? It wants to take. Do you not? There's more for us to do.
A ver,
Don't you dare.
prefiero morir a estar aquí toda la puta vida, ¿sabes?
What a relief. I suppose we've got all
No
the
solo un
time in the
poquito,
world.
¿sabes?
More happy time passes. Please, shake yourself out. The little voices please. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure.
Sí, hombre, ese.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Venga,
Good.
allá vamos.
The blade. I can hear. He's right. Do you hear that?
Vámonos para allá.
Don't you? I made this happy. Fine. Whatever. But the princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself. The end. Nice knowing you.
Por fin.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
A ver. A ver, ¿qué tengo que
You're
hacer ahora?
here to slay her.
Otra vez.
My tricks. If he doesn't remember what happened.
Una
that's
puta
fine.
polla, pero o sea.
Only for what?
Mira, ¿quieres ir? Venga. ¿Quieres ir a Mateo? Venga, vamos a levantarla, a ver qué pasa. Vamos a matarla, vamos a matarla.
It feels like you take.
Venga, vámonos por abajo.
What do you?
No, 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 no.
You reach, and now it's
Anda, qué
gone.
guay de locos.
Let's
A
not
ver,
spend
no
nobody's
sé,
as much as.
escribe nada.
Guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes in. Okay. It's just like I. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the
Mira,
top of
mira,
the
mira,
head,
mira, mira, mira,
two
mira.
deep-set eyes stare up.
Hola,
And
guapa.
finally, the rest of the body floats up. Ghost! Oh. Wow.
Oh, it's you.
Hola.
Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again.
The
Sí,
princess drifts across the
¿cómo?
room into your orbit, gently running
A
her
ver,
fingers across your
no es
shoulders and
nada
down your
fea,
neck
para que
as
me
she
entiendas.
circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real. So she has a
ver,
body,
podemos hablar.
and she's right.
I see you brought that annoying knife again. So, are you waiting for a
Tenía
chance
que
to use
traerlo.
it?
Tenía que traerlo, tenía que traerlo. Que si quieres que me suceda, igual
Are
sí.
we putting this to a vote? Because if that's what it comes
Igual
down
que
to.
haya en contra.
Oh, that's sweet of you to offer. But killing yourself wouldn't
Ay,
be
ya,
better.
hombre, ¿qué
It seems
quieres?
that everyone here is in agreement except for you. I shouldn't have to tell you that you shouldn't kill yourself. So please, try to keep your suicidal tendencies in check.
¿Qué es muy
I just
bruto?
want to go home.
And just where is home, I wonder?
I don't know where home is. I just know it isn't here. But I
Ay,
can feel it calling wherever I'm supposed to be. It's out there.
¿quieres ir fuera? Vamos.
And how convenient for her. You see what she's doing, right?
No,
She's
vamos
suggesting
fuera.
that the only way you can rid yourself of her would be to let her
Vamos,
out.
¿quieres ir fuera? Vamos fuera. Bueno. ¿Quieres ir fuera? Vamos a buscar la opción de ir fuera, por favor. A ver. ¿Dónde está lo de ir fuera?
You poor thing. That must have been so frightening.
Sí, la verdad que no fue nada agradable.
You know, after everything we've been through, it's nice to see someone finally sympathizing with us. She doesn't mean it.
It serves you right. I was pretty scared too, when you stood there not saying a word with a knife clenched in your fist. It sounds like you got exactly what you were owed.
A ver, ¿por qué han muerto?
How should I know? Why does anyone come back? Maybe I have unfinished business with you. All I know is there's a
No lo
hole in
sé,
your
a ver.
chest, not the big obvious one that you.
Escucha,
There's
esto de
something
aquí,
older and deeper.
me obligan a hacerlo. No lo quiero hacerlo yo. Me están obligando.
A nagging reminder
No
that
es mi
I'm
culpa.
not where I'm supposed to be.
Vale, vale.
No, those bones are just a body. They aren't me. Bury them. Smash them. It won't do a thing.
Bueno, si tú lo dices.
But you can help me. This place won't let me leave.
Vale, vale, yo
After
te digo, yo te digo.
Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces
Vale, vale,
between
no
the
pasa
walls.
nada.
Maybe we should just
Yeah.
leave. If she can't get out on her, hasn't got out, and can't, it'd be dull anyway. It's more.
But you can come and go as
Y
you
yo te
please,
quiero ayudar, por si.
can't you? So, after all, you owe me.
Vale.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can? She is. And I hope I
Venga,
will
vale.
she be able to see us? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. You won't like how things play out.
Vale, pero...
Sure, why not?
That doesn't sound very reassuring. It could be the best way to trap her for
A
good.
ver, a ver,
Doesn't seem like it would be very easy to
a ver,
trap you
claro.
for very dangerous.
If I'm able to, but for all we know, that's not how it works. Maybe
A
I'll
ver,
find
tampoco,
Do you hear the
tampoco
way she
sé.
said that?
No,
She
pues
knows
tampoco.
more than she's letting on.
Vale, o sea, yo diría que sí.
The princess swims through the air in front of you,
Oli,
pausing for a brief moment.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I know.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in.
que tengo que arrepentir. Pero tú no me gustas.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
No quiero cambiarlo, niño. Quiero
I'm afraid it's
dejarla
too
así.
late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain.
Ah,
You
yeah.
collapse to the floor.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy right now, but we still have
Sí,
to.
señora.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
Sí, es un poco
It
esto.
doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't. Or she wouldn't have...
All these shards of broken glass on the floor. Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass.
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
I'm a voice. I'm me is what I am. Who cares what we are?
Bueno, ya ve como un mogollón de ellos.
That's all
No
that
sé, voy a
matters.
pensarlo.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
Cierto.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about... I'm
No,
clearly the same
es
thing.
un pelín yo no.
Not listening to me.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about... You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More...
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something.
That's rude.
You're kind
No,
of
que
like
amor,
me,
que amor de no, eres una pedazo de...
You push yourself off the ground.
Eres
The
pilla que
princess
sabes.
is no... Obviously, she's nowhere to be.
because I'm in here with all of you.
And
Bueno,
sit
ya
on
es
the
que
stage.
eres
The room is
muy,
empty
muy...
because you made
Date agua,
Nothing
coño.
can get to you. You're better than that.
This is infuriating. Just...
Dos.
It's okay. We're almost out of here. Just take it once.
Everything won't be fine if you...
Puedes quedarte, por favor, Matías, déjame en paz.
Wouldn't it be nice if he...
Wouldn't that be nice? There's only one way to...
Vámonos fuera de eso, por favor.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the...
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's...
But that's exactly what
You don't know that.
I do. Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world? It doesn't mean that at all. Yeah, but it has to be somewhere. I suppose...
¿Podéis
it's
dejarme
all
salir de
against the
puñetero
backdrop
sitio?
of the
Gracias.
inane conjecture of meaningless little voices.
Gracias,
Your
gracias,
body
gracias.
continues its ascent up the stairs.
Muchas
For
gracias.
how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
Atasca por gilipollas. Por
Maybe the bossy
graciosín.
one doesn't actually hate me. Maybe he even likes me. Or maybe he just knows that he's been in the wrong. Maybe he's trying to make amends too.
Not at all. I'll have you know that I do hate you, and I will continue. It's just the weight
Es
of
que
it.
en la noticia nada, o
It's too
sea...
much for me to do anything other and whine. This
Y
body was
chica, de
made to
quejarte, la
hold
verdad.
you and the princess. If you want to renege, you continue slowly to the door.
We're so
No
close.
quiero ir a la puerta.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up?
Déjame, por favor.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? Collapsed to the
Por
ground.
fin.
You and the princess, free from the... Yes?
Nothing. He's gone, and so is everything else.
So we did slay him after
Por
all.
fin.
He had it coming, I suppose. But
Ahora
what
que
about
soy.
us?
Vale,
We're
y
just
ahora que
stuck
soy
here
la
in
princesa,
nowhere forever.
¿qué se supone
We're
que
still
pasa?
here. Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top?
Okay, I've heard enough from these two. Let's see if I can pop out.
Anna, you actually freed me, didn't you?
Adiós,
Don't
tonto.
mention it.
I think this was where I meant to be.
Tiene pinta de que sigue. Adiós.
She's gone,
Bueno,
and there's that mirror again.
vamos al espejo.
This doesn't ignore him.
A ver. ¿Cómo pudo ser peor si la he salvado? O sea, si yo salvo a la princesa, no puede ir a peor, creo, ¿eh? Pero si ya habíamos salido de aquí, ¿qué narices pasa?
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and
Se
flowing
supone que
in
éramos
once
libres o algo así,
directions
¿sabes?
that my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one
Vale,
is
creo
to
que
shift them all into
hasta aquí
something
voy a
new,
dejar
and to look away
voy a
is to
dejar por aquí
reshape
el
them.
stream de hoy.
All of me is
Voy a
changed.
guardar esto encima de... ¿Cuánto
We
más
will
tengo que
know
cargar?
when we near our destination.
Vale, vale. Sí. Eh...
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is
Bueno,
in
vale.
seeing what you choose.
Pues nada, pues me voy de aquí.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Ya sé que vas a estar aquí, o sea, llevo 1 hora y 20 hablando contigo. Sé que vas a estar aquí y no te puedes mover donde estás. Vale, pues ahora que llevo como un cacho largo jugado,
You're on a path.
voy a guardar. Voy a guardar. 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 Aquí. Sí, quiero sobreescribir, sí. Y esta. No quiero sobreescribir. Vale. Pues acordaos de que es esta de aquí, ¿vale? Esta de aquí. Voy a dejarlo ya por aquí porque es divertido jugar y tal, pero me refiero. Tampoco es tanto. Vale. ¿Puedo tener? Come el narrador. A ver.
You're here to slay her. If you don't.
Voz automática.
Are you a
Voz
monarchist?
automática.
Is slaying a
Voz
princess that
automática
much worse than
deshabilitada.
slaying a fisherman or a
Ay,
miller or a seamstress?
que sí, que lo voy a dejar por aquí, chicos. Un placer y tal. Es un buen juego, ¿vale? Que tiene que seguir, obviamente, porque no porque llevamos ni el 1%. Así que bueno, voy cerrando por aquí. Bueno, de hecho voy a hacer una raid a alguien que vea que no le tengo que hacer la raid. Veamos. Mientras acabo de tal, ¿vale? Aunque seamos dos personas, tres, tal, que somos poquitas, voy a ir a buscar a una chavala, a una streamer que conozco, ¿vale? Que es pequeñita, pero que es súper maja. Entonces, cogemos aquí, hacemos así. Lo primero que quiero me digáis es eso, adiós. Uy. A ver, yo sé que para vosotros es una putada muy gorda eso que voy a hacer. Pero bueno, te podéis decir adiós igualmente, ¿sabes? No hay que ser tan bordes. Saludáis a Maura de mi parte, ¿vale?
Aquí sí nos van a dar un arma, ¿no? A mí sí, ¿estás seguro?
Deberían. Ha hecho una voltereta.